Hey everybody, Miss Teacher here. We're taking a look at question number 11 from the L14 on unit rates. Petra walks her dog for 2/5 mile each day. At that rate, how many days would it take for them to walk 10 miles? There are two ways that we can approach doing this. Method one is to fill in a ratio table. So on day one, right, each day implies one day, we would go 2/5 of a mile. And then you would say to yourself, well, how far would I go in 2 days? Because you would have to add another 2/5 to that. So 2/5 plus 2/5 would now bring you to 4/5, and we could kind of keep going. That's one method. But that might take a while. So let's look at proportional reasoning as our method. So same kind of thing. We're talking about days, and we're talking about miles. And we can just take our ratio here of 1 to 2/5, even though it looks funny like that. We can keep it that way. And then we just have to take this number and plug it in to our proportion. So we want to pay attention to the unit. This is in miles, and the way we have it set up, we have miles on the bottom. We're going to put the 10 right here, and we're solving for how many days. Now, this one's probably best to just use cross products. This cross product right here would be 10. 1 times 10 is 10. And this cross product right here would be 2/5 times d. 2/5 times d. Now recall that when we studied algebra, to solve this, whenever you have a fraction coefficient, we really are, you would say, what's the opposite of multiply a variable by 2/5? And you would say it's to divide it by 2/5. And how do we show division with fractions? Well, we multiply it by its reciprocal, which would be 5/2. And whatever we do to one side of the equation, recall that we have to do it to the other side of the equation. And recall that this all cancels out. The 2's cancel out. The 5's cancel out. That equals 1. 1 times d is d. So we'll just bring the d down. And now all we have left to do is to just finish this computation. Now remember, 10 is the same thing as 10 over 1. And we have a reducing opportunity right here with the 2 and the 10. We have a common factor. The common factor is 2. If we divide this by 2, we're going to get 1. And if we divide this by 2, we're going to get 5. All right, so the only thing left you have to do is you're going to find what 5 times 5 is. 1 times 1 would obviously be 1. And whatever your numerator is, when you divide it by 1, you're going to get the same value and see which choice it is. Now, whichever choice you pick, it's not a bad idea to just slip it into the D and just double check to make sure that the cross products match. Because remember, the green cross product, this has to equal 10. So whatever you pick, it also has to be equal to 10. So just double check to make sure that the cross products are equal, whichever one you choose here. All right, good luck finishing this up.